Hi, I'm Derek Hooper, Australian PGA professional and golf coach. I want to welcome you back to our series on Better Putting Blueprint. In the earlier lessons we talked about the pre-swing fundamentals that are going to be critical to your success in putting. Today what we want to touch on is probably the most important component to you being successful with putting, and that's your ability to aim the putter at your intended target and then start the ball on that intended line. So we're going to spend a little time focusing on that today, showing you how you can do that efficiently, share some drills with you that will make you be able to do that a little better. But if you haven't done the work that we've talked about in the earlier episodes, I suggest you go back and have a look at those videos again so that you can touch up on the skills we talked about there, because without your ability to do the pre-shot routine that we've already talked about and the stroke mechanics that we've chatted about, then today's exercises are going to be too challenging for you. So if you haven't already done them, please go back and have a look at them. If you have done them, that's fantastic, because we're going to move on to now starting to aim the putter face and starting the ball on the correct line, and we're going to really start to improve this putting quite a bit. So just before we move on to our discussion today on aiming the putter face and starting the ball on the correct line, just want to spend a minute reviewing the pre-shot routine we talked about last time, because this is going to be critical to your ability to aim the putter face. So remember, we talked about making sure that we have a practice stroke first, trying to determine how long a stroke we need to make the ball go the distance that we want. We're going to put our right foot forward, aim the putter, check it to the target. We've set our left foot and then right foot. Go ahead, look at the hole one last time, make the stroke, hold your finish. And that's what we're talking about with our pre-shot routine. So we're going to need that as we move on to the next section. Now, things that we want to talk about today, I want you to keep in mind that 90% of your start direction with your putts is determined by the face angle at impact. I want to say that again because that's really important. So 90% of your start direction with your putts is determined by the face angle at impact. Now, you see a lot of training aids out there and a lot of people spending a lot of time working on the direction of their putter path, thinking that that's going to make a huge difference to their putting. Now, the putter path does influence how the putter moves. It does have an influence on the face, but being able to control the face is probably the most important thing for you to being successful with your putting. So the training aid I wanted to share with you today is this slot trainer from Eyeline. It's a great little training aid because we can do a couple of different things with it. It allows us to, has a line on it so we can aim the putter at our target. We're going to put some tees in here so that we can get the putter moving through that, so we're ensuring that we hit the ball in the middle of the putter face. The thing I really like the most though is that we can set up some tees in front which give us a gate that we have to hit the ball through so that we can make sure we're starting the ball on the intended line. I'm going to set that up and we're going to come back and I'm going to show you how we can use this training aid. So I found a straight putt on my putting green here, and the way that I did that was that I got down like this and I rolled some balls across the green until I found a putt that was straight. The reason why I want to find a putt that's straight is if I'm going to stand here and hit a whole bunch of putts in a row, I want to make sure that the ball's actually going to go where I've got the training aid aim, number one. And if I stand here and I'm putting putts that are breaking all the time, then when I go play tomorrow, it's going to look like everything breaks that direction. So I need to find straight putts if I'm going to do this drill. I've then set up my slot trainer on the green here. I've got it aimed directly at the hole. I've got tees in the back as we talked about, which give me a gate for the putter to pass through, and I've also got a smaller gate in the front which is there for the ball. If I go ahead and place the ball in the training aid, I still want to go through the routine that we've been talking about by having my practice strokes first. When I set the putter, I'm going to use the line that's on the training aid to help me set the putter. I'm still going to use the hole as my reference because that's where I want the ball to go. I'm going to go ahead and set up and then make my stroke. And you can see with that one, I obviously left the putter face too far open and I hit this tee that's over on the right. So I get some very, very quick feedback about where the putter is at impact. Remembering that if I can get the putter facing my target at impact, then the ball will start on line. If I miss it by a small bit, it's going to hit one of these two tees and I'm going to get some very quick feedback about how good a job I'm doing. So I'm going to try that again. Set up here, go through my routine, go ahead and make the stroke. And you can see that time I kept my putter face much squarer at impact, and so the ball went through the ball gate in the front and then it goes into the hole. This is one of the best training aids I've seen around for helping us learn the most critical part of putting, which is face control. So I would definitely encourage you to get one of these. It's an excellent little exercise for us to be making putts and to get some feedback about how we're doing. The drill that I'd love to see you do with this is, as you said, set up about between 4 and 6 feet from the hole, depending on how your skill level is. If you want to go to 6 feet, if you feel you're a better putter, that's great. If you're a fairly newer golfer, you can definitely move it into 4 feet. but we want to aim this training aid set up directly at the hole on a straight putt, go through the routine that we talked about, and then work on getting the ball out of the middle of the putter face with the putter face square, and therefore get the ball rolling into the hole. So ideally what we'd like to see you do is do this exercise until you can make 10 in a row. When you can make 10 in a row, then you're ready to move on to the next drill. So what I'd like to do now is show you a progression of drills that you can work through, which are going to build on the skills that we've touched on, not only today, but in previous lessons as well. So I've still got my slot trainer set up on the green here. Hopefully by now you've gone away and you've done your putting exercises and you've been able to go through the routine that we talked about, making sure that we're aiming the putter correctly, and you've been able to make 10 in a row going through that exercise. The next thing we do is now we want to start taking away some of the training aids so that you can get a little better at doing it on your own, because when you're on the golf course, your buddies aren't going to let you put this down every time you hit a putt on the golf course. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the tees out, take this away. We already know this is a straight putt, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my alignment rod, I'm going to aim it at the right edge of the hole. I'm going to then place the ball in here. And my objective now is, now I have to learn to aim the putter a little more carefully myself because I don't have the slot trainer to help me. So the things that I'm looking at to help me with this is, on my putter here you can see I have some lines. So I'm going to use those lines and aim them directly at the target. The other thing that I can be aware of is trying to get the leading edge of the putter perpendicular to the line on which I'm going to hit the putt. But I need to take my time when I get set to the ball. So I'm going to go ahead and have my practice strokes first like I've been doing. I go ahead, I aim the putter. Again, I'm using the hole as my point of reference. The rod is there as a secondary guide because I don't want to become fixated on this because it's not going to be there when I'm on the golf course. So I aim the putter at the hole. I use the rod to double check it. Left foot to set ball position, right foot to set stance width. One last look at the hole, go ahead, make my stroke. And my job is, can I have the same level of success with just the rod on the ground as I had with the slot trainer? So the next job for you is you made 10 in a row, with the slot trainer. Now the goal is take the slot trainer away, put the rod down. Now you're gonna make 10 in a row with the rod. Once you've done that, you can move on to the next skill, which is then we're gonna take this rod away completely. So we're taking away all the training aids. I'm gonna place a tee in the ground because I wanna know where I'm putting from. I'm gonna go ahead and place the ball here. Now my job is, can I go through my same routine? Can I still aim the putter correctly and start the ball on my intended line without any help when I'm putting on a perfectly straight putt? So I'm going to be back here, I'm going to go through my routine of looking at where the ball's going to go. I want to walk in, have my practice strokes before I go ahead and hit it. Again, trying to feel how long a stroke do I need to make the ball go that distance. I put the putter behind the ball to aim the putter at the target. Left foot to set ball position, right foot to set stance width. One last look at the hole, go ahead and make my stroke. Now your goal is, can you make 10 in a row from that same distance from the hole that you did with the earlier training aids and do it without any help? If you can do that, now we're ready to move on to the next lesson, which is where I'll see you next time. Thank you for joining me for today's lesson. If you get away and work on the drills that we spoke about, I'm sure you're going to have a lot more success with your ability to start the ball on your intended line, which is going to give you a much better chance of making putts when you're out on the golf course and playing with your buddies. If you could have a look at the attachments that I have along with this video, I have there the outlines of the drills, all the drills that we spoke about today, so you can have a look at those and print them out even and use them when you're practicing. I've also got links to the training aids that we used in today's lesson, so you can purchase those and work on those by yourself in your own practice. If you've got any questions at all, please feel free to post them along with this video. I'd love to hear from you, and I'm always happy to answer any questions you may have, and I'm always excited to hear how your progress is coming along as you're working through the Better Putting Blueprint series. Keep up the good work, and I look forward to seeing you next time.